Good evening, class. I'm just here. Finance Unit 4 Forum on Unethical, Unjust, Inappropriate Situations that we either encountered through physical education or in sport. My example will come from my years as a college athlete. Through the years, you have a lot of different experience, whether that be um, people doing inappropriate things as like teammates. And this is when, you know, I think when you have to discern the situation, you have to use me as a Christian. I would use that as the way I would be like, that this isn't something that I should be partaking in because my values and my beliefs, have instructed me otherwise. Um, it's not always an easy thing to do when it comes to those situations and it comes to turning away from the situations because you know everyone around you is saying, hey, this is what you should do, this is what you should be doing, um, and then you have to sit there and say, hey, no, this is not how I was raised, my faith. This is not something that I want to associate myself with. I think that also goes hand in hand with that is just also remember to the program and the things you represent can also play a big part in how as an athlete you should carry yourself, or how as an athlete you should walk away from that, or how is it, and now as we go into either our professions, want to be instructors or coaches and stuff like that, you have to be able to explain to guys like, hey, this is why I chose when I was your age, or when I was doing what you're doing right now. This is why I chose to say no to those situations. Because not every guy is going to be that way. Not every guy is going to want to not do that thing. As far as the article that I picked out for that, it was basically an article. It's called "The Relationship Between Fan Identification and Moral Disengagement of Physical Education and Sport Students." And basically, this article kind of went over something that a lot of is overlooked in a lot of the sports today here in the U.S. a lot of times, and that was as far as match fixing and kind of how if the fans kind of turn the other cheek on the situation, kind of when it happens, or if it or if and when it does happen, the fans are kind of just we kind of don't want to think about it. We don't want to think about that, obviously, because if you think about our sport being diluted and being put down because the players are out there trying to catch their extra dollar on it, you don't want to think about that. And the author of this article kind of just focuses on that, kind of focuses on the history of the corruption in sports, and just kind of how kind of the win all mentality and the win at any expense mentality that most of our sports have these days, because wins are usually the way we measure success in our sports. And so the article made sure to focus on these things, kind of focus on all the inappropriate behaviors and unethical things that go on it pertains to that. So, yeah, that's it. Good luck to everybody this week. Thanks.